Yo, what's up everybody? We got a new location that just dropped in Marvel Snap. It's a feature location, so it's going to be showing up 40% more often in your game. So it's really good to plan ahead and build your deck accordingly to get those extra cubes. You know what I'm saying? So this one has a few extra little nuances that I learned when playing some games just now. For instance, it might seem, to make sense when you read it, but I didn't really click with it at first. Your opening hand is actually only 3 cards, not 4. You see, on your turn you draw a card, and that's kind of what you start the game with, but that drawn card does not count towards your opening hand. So when it says first to fill this gets a copy of their opening hand, it is referring to 3 cards. So if you plan on completing this location, completing its mini quest per se, right, you want to make sure that you only have 4 or less cards in your hand to maximize the value of the sacred timeline. Alternatively, you could just forget about it. I actually think that this, compared to, say, the raft, which is another quest location in the game, is a bit forgettable. You could actually just kind of pass on it. Sure, having the extra cards, the extra resources is nice. It's a bit of a generator in case you need it. But for the most part, I think you can just kind of pass on it. I was thinking of a bunch of decks that could work, and honestly, there's a lot that could benefit from this, right? But for instance, I wanted to talk about destroy decks. That's the one I ended up going with over here. It's a pretty standard destroy deck, and the meaning behind this was that there's a lot of cards that I'd like to duplicate. If I win this, and I think I can because I have a lot of 1-drops, I can get a lot of value out there quickly. There's a lot of value to be had getting my opening hand back. So like, let's say we got another She-Hulk, right? That's great. Then on like turn 5 I can pass, and then turn 6 play a couple She-Hulks. It's great. You usually run Moon Girl in this list anyway, so I'm running her again in case I can get extra value. The best one is Death. If we can discount Death, which we probably will with all of our generators, and mind you, sometimes the Sacred Timeline might give us back a Carnage, Deathlok, or Killmonger. Even happier days, even easier ways to destroy all of these 1-drops that keep coming back, with like Deadpool or the Hood generating a demon that we're willing to destroy. Because then when our Death is like 0 cost and we had it in the opening hand, we're going to get a double copy of Moon Girl and get 3 deaths, and it's happy days. Now obviously that's the dream scenario. You have no control over your opening hand, but like I was mentioning, pretty well any of these cards that end up getting duplicated are going to help you out in the long run with a deck like this. Let's say, Deadpool was one of the cards. That's great. We can start doubling up on our Deadpools after we complete it. And in my short experience, I was able to complete this quest just about every time by about turn 3 or 4. It's not too hard. There's another tip that I want to tell you guys, is that if there's 2 locations filled, I think it's actually worthwhile playing at the unknown location. Sorry, I said filled, but revealed is what I meant. So if the unknown location doesn't have any of your opponent's cards at it, there's a 40% increased chance of seeing this one. And if you do want the benefit from Sacred Timeline, it's worth playing that card there, taking the chance. The odds are kind of in your favor this week, so you might as well, and you throw out a card there. I mean, lots of locations, it doesn't matter if they flip it. You're probably fine in most scenarios. It's very rare that it's space thrown, it screws you, but it'll happen. But regardless, I think it's actually a worthwhile time to do that. Get the jump on your opponent. Maybe they're slower to play cards. Now there's some other cards here that are really good for the Sacred Timeline. For instance, Brood. So I don't know why I have a bunch of pixel variants for these ones, but we got Brood. So Brood is just an easy way to win this location. The only thing I think that it doesn't have going for it is that it's a turn 3 play. That's actually kind of slow to win this location if other decks invest in it. Another deck that I'm not really featuring, or cards that I'm featuring, is just a Flood. Like just playing like Nightcrawler and a bunch of stuff, and then playing Kazar as your finisher and Blue Marvel, buff them all up later on. That's fantastic. If you can double on the Kazar and the Blue Marvel, that's a great route to take as well. But the Brood is just really good right now. Silver Surfer is still in his current version. He hasn't been nerfed as the leaks suggested, which should be coming soon. So maybe there's a small window that you can actually play this. So like, watch out for that. That is a thing that's coming soon. But for now, it's still fine. The Silver Surfer is still the way it is. It's going to buff those Broodlings, and you're going to be in a really good spot. And actually getting a copy of the Brood, if it's in your opening hand, that's cracked. If you get a copy of Silver Surfer, that's insane as well. So those are just some nasty combos that I could see a lot of people running, and honestly, I suggest it. Another great one is Storm, because if you are losing that location, they're probably going to fill it next turn or something like that. You're not going to be able to fill out that location. Play Storm, just get rid of it so they don't get the value, right? Another way you could go is Scorpion, Ronin, in Maximus, if your opponent's going to be getting a lot of cards because of the Sacred Timeline, you could just make it a really hard time for them, make it a negative thing. So if you're running Ronin, you get a bunch of bonus power. Your opponent got 3 extra cards to their hand. It's hard to play a lot of those cards. You only have 6 turns to play these cards, right? You Scorpion Whip them, they get a bunch of negative power. That sucks. Or you play Maximus because you know they already pretty much have a full hand and you don't really have the downside of Maximus. And you can even throw Maximus in that Silver Surfer Brood deck if you can. So that's pretty great too. And if you are fortunate enough to have Thanos, well, he's pretty great here too because the stones all cost 1. And they're pretty good. And then I actually find it works a lot with Killmonger. I run a Killmonger Lockjaw Thanos deck, and I just end up cycling like crazy. If you end up getting Quinjet out on one, and then you have a couple of stones, dude, it's easy. You just play those stones for free, and they're going to generate more draw, which is probably going to lead to more stones, and then you insta-fill this location. And then if you get more of those stones back, then it's happy days. If you get the Power Stone back, and you play Thanos and 2 Power Stones, that's a big Thanos. That's 28 power. So I'm sure there's actually crazy scenarios with Thanos, but not everybody has the big guy just about yet. So I just wanted to highlight that as a potential Series 5 option if you're there. The last thing that I want to mention is that my deck, this is, I theory craft this before I play the location, then I play it out and I see how it feels. I like this deck a lot. I think there's a lot good going for it, but Collector right here, I actually found a little bit weaker. I put him in the deck because I thought getting those cards back to my hand would be really good, but when it's only +3, and then I might not be able to Moon Girl later on, there's a lack of value with the Collector. You still get buffs from the Hood and Deadpool, those cards going back to your hand, so that was kind of all right, but honestly, you could probably pass this up for something else, okay? And that's enough for me. Let's get to the games. All right, let's get this new location. I'm excited to see if they're bringing the animations. Oh, Bar Sinister's wild. Oh my gosh, dude. Collector, maybe? And then Raise still? I'm going to hold out to wait to see what's here so that I can play Nova Collector, something like that. If we get one more and then we play Carnage, we probably win it. But, they crushed it with the MODOK animation and the sound effect and all that stuff with his jetpacks. So I'm hoping that they did the same with these locations, but you never know. You never know. All right, turn 2. Is it going to be here? Sacred Timeline? Ah, Sokovia, getting rid of the Collector. No. No, you hate to see it. Killmonger, not the best either. Okay, we're in an awkward spot now. They're throwing out Bucky Barnes. Maybe other people are thinking Destroy as well. I feel bad that I'm running. It's animated. Yes, it looks good too. No sound effect from what I noticed. But that's all right. Okay, so let's try and win this. I need one more card for fuel to win this. And then we'll be okay. And then we're going to get a second copy of Death, Nova. What was lost? Collector, although that's useless at that point. Killmonger even for Deadpool. Oh my gosh. They're not even trying, dude. They're not. They threw Colossus at Bucky Barnes. What are you saying? Oh my gosh. Okay, then we're going to complete it. Easy. No problem. Easy completion. So when you play a card at these locations to win it, similar to the Raft, if it's the 4th card, even if it's going to destroy everything else, it doesn't matter because it procs like immediately. It's the first thing that happens in the turn. Watch this. We'll see if there's an animation though. All right. So we should win it. There might be an animation. End your turn. Oh, okay, there's not. But you see my hand kind of returned to me there? So that was my opening hand. I must have drawn Death right away then. Bro, you're gonna snap on me after that? Because there's no animation. That's a bit disappointing. I could have seen like the tail of the timeline, swan diving into your hand and giving those cards back. That would have been cool. But they add the animations later. It's all right. So yeah. So I guess you draw 3 cards at the start. That's technically your opening hand. So I guess at max you're getting 3. That's worth noting. But still, so good, so good. I don't even know how I want to go about this. I guess we could just rip Deadpool here with Carnage. Actually, still insane value is the Collector here doing work. This is gonna be sick. Bunch of Deadpools. Carnage's gonna eat them up. They go back to the hand. Collector's gonna get buff from it. This is nasty, dude. This is nasty. Deathlok, what are you saying, dude? You just destroyed your own warpath. This better be a bot. My goodness. Dude, please. Armor is actually insane, but I don't think that's enough. My Deadpools were too good. Oh, that's hard counters the cool play I was going to do, though. That's disappointing. But then at the same time, they destroyed something for death, and it's cheaper, so whatever. And I can destroy Nova to get to power to the left, so this is still a wrap. This is still easy dub. Yeah, I think even Carnage is going to... Yeah, Carnage is just going to give me enough. Doesn't even matter. What a weird play, dude. You maybe a slip up. Maybe didn't mean to do it in that order. I suppose I can't Death and Nova, or Killmonger rather. Yeah, I don't see a point in doing something like this to get power on the left. Oh, well, they could play Spectrum. And if they do play Spectrum, then I'm still not in a good spot then. This is going to get +2. That'd be 5. They'd be going up to... That's actually a dicey scenario I got myself in. Perhaps this is actually the best play. 18, 9, even 20, 5, 2, 7, 21. They would still win this location. This puts a lot of pressure if they don't. But if they do, geez, Mega Brain play. Okay, doesn't play it at this location though, so it might be in a rough spot. Oh, it's gonna be Destroyer. What a strange way to pilot that deck, but hey, we'll take it. I don't even know if that was a bot. It might have been. But fascinating. We learned some stuff there. We could have had some cool plays too. Gosh, some sick plays. Destroy decks again. Okay, let's get into another one. Oh man, I love it. I love a new season. I love a new season. All the new stuff, all the new toys. I really wanted to run a MODOK list, and I'm sure there's a place for it. There it is, the Sacred Timeline. Oh my gosh, and we just have pretty much the nuts, right? There's a lot of cards that could be added to this deck too. Swippity swapped. I just kind of fell on this because I felt like it really plays on the location the most. All right. Easiest decisions of my life here, and then we're gonna Carnage. Luke Cage coming out. So what are we gonna get again? I didn't even pay attention to my first 3 cards. We're gonna get 3 cards. I totally whiffed on which ones I'm receiving. Oh, that's too bad. Wakanda is a little bit too bad, but not the worst. We actually can put that there in case I draw Killmonger if I want to destroy some other one stuff. So I like that. But let's see what we get. Nova, Squirrel Girl, Carnage. Pretty good, right? It's almost guaranteed with this deck to like get value from winning the Sacred Timeline just cause. All right, what do we want to do here? I gotta be careful because I have 2 destroy cards. And not a whole lot I want to destroy. If anything, this is pretty nice. Playing it here, playing the Nova here, and then maybe Squirrel Girl, and then Carnage, something along those lines. Or maybe not even Squirrel Girl, right? Maybe we'll just Elektra. We'll get 3 destroys, discount death, and we can play death on 6. That seems pretty good. I like that I don't destroy anything on the right. That actually helped us out, oddly enough. Ooh, but the Green Goblin, that's a nasty little slot there. Although they're only going to have turn 6 to win that. Not the easiest thing to pull off for them. This seems decent enough, and I'm going to get a +4 power. They're going to have to deal 14 on the right to have a shot, but it looks like they might go for Wong here into like Hazmat to complement the Luke Cage, I imagine. Getting She-Hulk would be really good. I think we're going to have the available energy to play both, potentially. Oh, maybe not quite. Death went to 3. Ooh, Sarah coming out. I am interested in what they're doing here. Killmonger coming here, not the greatest. Let's be honest here. But my goodness, look at the power I have. I destroy the squirrel. That's about it. Not worth, to be honest. Just playing power is probably better. All right, we're gonna snap and just let it be. Sometimes I don't snap on these, but we've already kind of accomplished our goals. We're winning on all 3 locations. This would have been an instance where Deadpool would have been insane. Like this deck, if it hits the timeline on Deadpool, even Nova is pretty nuts. And then any of the destroys to make it easier to destroy things on repeat is fantastic as well. And then even She-Hulk Death, like there's a lot of good options. Even the Hood, I like to hit in the Hood, get more demons out. Like there's so many good options to hit the timeline on. Okay, they got out of here. Expected, because you're look at you played 2 cards that whole game. Not a lot going on. Okay, it's going pretty well so far. I do feel guilty doing destroy though. Okay, so Killmonger, Hood, Carnage. I have to pay attention to what my opening hands are. It's one of those things you just got to kind of do this week if you plan on winning the timeline, if that's of interest. A hard counter to the timeline is probably Cosmo, right? A lot of on reveals happening at the timeline location. I'm gonna hold my Hood. I don't know where it is. At least next turn, if it's not the mid, I can play Hood on the unknown location and just kind of assume based on the percentages, the increased chance here. But Hala is really good. But I want to end up destroying whatever I play there because look, I already drew Deadpool. So I'm probably thinking these are the cards I want to lean into. Unfortunately, I have all my destroy things, which normally would be a good thing. But in this instance, I don't want to destroy anything. Or maybe we'll just do it multiple times, honestly, because I'm going to get the demon. I can just destroy the Deadpool, get the Deadpool back, and play it again if I have to. Followed by another destroy. Oh, invisible win. That's probably going to be MODOK shenanigans with Hela. It is pretty good. There it is. It is the Sacred Timeline. They have a decent shot at winning this too. I could sack the demon to get some stuff out, or I could just assume they're not actually going to win it and not rush, right? There's no need to rush. Killmonger's probably the most worthy of sacrifice because now I'm only going to have Killmonger, but next turn I'll have 4 energy. I could Deadpool, Demon. No, I could Deadpool, Carnage, Demon next turn. Sacred Timeline complete. Get the cards. Proceed. Whoa, this is interesting. Lots to think about. Now, of course, my finishers are Death and She-Hulk, but the other finisher that's here is multiple Deadpools and lots of ways to destroy them. It's kind of cracked. Okay, they lose Black Cat. They're definitely doing the MODOK Hela thing, which is going to wreck me. It's very good. So what did I say my play was? It was Deadpool, Carnage, Demon. Seems fantastic. Look at that. Carnage, Killmonger, Hood, Carnage again. That looks great. That's great for Deadpool. Oh, no, you wouldn't. It doesn't matter. I already completed it. See, that's why we need an animation to know that it was complete, right? Doesn't matter, though. It actually saves my Killmonger from being destroyed. I'm here for it. So you're saying there's a chance. All right, this is the last turn. Deadpool is going to at least get to a decent total. Get the Hood out there and then probably just do this. I can't play Killmonger again. Carnage, I would love to destroy Deadpool on repeat, but doesn't seem like we're going to be doing it that many times. This seems good enough. But they're going to have so much power, guys. Hellcow. Did they lose Hela yet? Oh, I mean, they could try and Ghost Rider high roll here, so it's not over. It's certainly far from over. But with New York, I can move the power off of the Sacred Timeline to the left, probably just outright winning that location. Check it. So we go 4, 6, that's 10, 13, right? 13 plus. Maybe I don't have quite enough to make it worthwhile. Not really, eh? I could go 8, but that doesn't really do it. All right. So we're not doing the timeline, I guess. Or New York, rather. Don't worry. I got power. I got options elsewhere. So let's look here. So let's go Deadpool. Dang, I can't play Killmonger or Carnage. I guess I'm just playing Moon Girl. 14. Let's at least put the 4 there and the 6 there and hope that's enough. They could easily win this. They could easily win this. What? That's called a bot. Passes turn 6 in a losing scenario. Doesn't escape. That was sus. That was so... What is that? Oh my gosh, the Sacred Timeline again. Dude, normally I like have to retreat a couple times because I'm just trying to show you guys the location, right? I don't cut out any games that I play right off the hop, right when the location drops. But I try to only highlight the ones with the location because that's the whole point, right? And usually it takes a long time. We're rolling right now. I'm fine with Squirrel Girl first, possibly here even. Or maybe not. Maybe we need to know. Maybe we need to know. Okay, Deadpool out first. Oh, see, we do kind of need to know, but that should be okay. I'm going to get multiple She-Hulks, right? If we win this race, which is looking very promising. That could be... it doesn't really matter. Mr. Sinister maybe could be an option. Morbius. They're doing the discard thing. Everyone's running discard. I love it. A Limbo. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Moon Girl. We're going to get multiple Deadpools. Oh my gosh. Multiple Deadpools and She-Hulks. I need Deathlok or Killmonger or something. Oh, I need Killmonger and Death yesterday. This guy's a little late. Yeah, because I can't really dump Moon Girl. Well, I can actually. Well, this is where I'd want to destroy stuff. So let's see what happens. I need to draw well, though. I need, like, Deathlok. Killmonger is the nuts. It's cracked. Okay, Deathlok. I'll take it. Do bring Moon Girl first to get more She-Hulks. I think so. And then I'm going to Deathlok. Problem being that this is going to be... Oh, my gosh. This feels that location. I'd have to draw Killmonger. It's a 1 in 4. Because if I do this, I'm going to get 4 She-Hulks, which is fine and all. But nowhere to play them. But it's probably fine. It's probably fine. Oh my goodness gracious. Magic, Helicarrier. Apoc. Hella? Infinite? Swarm? Oh my gosh. That was a lot of stuff. Dude, that was a lot of stuff. These aren't going to be discounted enough. I feel like I made a mistake. But I have Deadpools to play with as well, but they're not that great either. I shouldn't have Moon Girl. I should have just Deathlocked. I was too She-Hulk hungry. I wanted all the She-Hulks. And look, I got this sweet variant. It's so good. It's going to be my favorite one for She-Hulk. What are they going to be? I'm saving 3. So they're going to be 3 each. I can play 2. I'm just like back where I started. Oh, dang. I messed up. Okay, destroy those. It's like I need one more turn. Just give me one more turn. I'm not even gonna draw because I put Deadpool's back in my hand and I lost to Deadpool. No. No. Oh, what? Filling those locations? Oh my god, that's 23, 33 rather. 1 off on that spot. And here I cannot win. I can't put things to the hand. Oh my gosh. Dang, you gotta retreat after that. But look at this. Oh, it's not that great. Two She-Hulks. I messed up. Shouldn't have played Moon Girl. I was too enticed. But it just wasn't there. If we had drawn Killmonger though, it would have opened up space, and I think that would have been better than Deathlok. But even then, the energy issues, right? I didn't do the math. All right, this is gonna be my last one. Then we're probably gonna cut it, see how it goes after that. Those She-Hulks, so tempting. There's another one. Goodness me, blinded. Wish I didn't blow that last one though. My gosh. All right, there's the timeline. We got Squirrel Girl, Elektra, She-Hulk is what would be copied. I'm actually cool with playing Collector here first. That's pretty nice, although I don't have a finisher to get cards out. I could maybe pass this. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I much prefer to play Deadpool there. Let's see, if I were to pass this turn, She-Hulk would then cost 3 next turn. Don't know how I feel about that either. I can only play 2 cards. Squirrel Girl sucks, but not so bad because I can do the Deathlok later. Let's just start with this and see what we want to do next turn, right? They're not even bothering. Kind of figures a lot of decks can just straight up ignore this location, right? It's not that crazy of a swing. Okay, Nova is nice, but again, I have this issue of not really wanting to destroy things here because the Collector. I could pass turn 4, discounting She-Hulk to 2, and make her my play at the timeline. Whilst following up, what else would I do if she was 2 and I had 3 extra energy after? I'd probably play Deathlok in some fashion. Let's give it a shot, shall we? I might run out, I might end up with too many cards in my hand. Morbius, Sunspot, not the double Sunspot. That's actually so nasty. Killmonger would be beautiful. Oh, not quite. Okay, that I am cool with that though. That is a better option than Deathlok with where we're standing here. Possibly not killing Deadpool is fine, but Deadpool goes back to the hand, which is pretty good. But I almost wonder, oh, double Deadpools in fact are coming back to the hand. Holy. But part of me feels like Nova's almost better, getting another Nova, putting the Nova on the left and destroying it with Deathlok later on, giving the buffs to the Carnage at least on the right. Maybe if I can draw Death. Oh, I don't even need to. Oh, but I'm not going to be able to play She-Hulk. They're going for the MODOK, dude? Oh my gosh. At least we got our Collector to 4, but that doesn't feel that great. That's not too bad. But now I have no draws. I can't play She-Hulk. But I have a lot of power in the mid. I got a lot of power in the mid. I technically could play She-Hulk. It would possibly win that location, but they just pass and probably like 17. They pass and they win the game. Okay, let's not. Oh, that's pretty nasty. Snipe the Sunspot. I'm thinking that's the play, and then we can do a little bit of shake and bake here. Technically, oh, not better, right? Because we want more cards. Would that be? Yeah, that seems pretty. That seems good enough to me. And then before we do that, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. Holy, that seems like a crazy play. Okay, let's see if this works out. I might have misplayed here somewhere. They might hella. Oh my gosh, 3 cards. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be MODOK again. That's a lot of discards for Morbius and Swarm. But I don't think that's gonna be enough. I don't think that's gonna be enough. Boom, we destroy that guy. We're gonna have enough on the left as well. And then Nova might destroy here. And give us enough in the mid. And we're getting cards back from cloning bats as well. I didn't even consider that with the Collector getting up to 10. Carnage destroying. Oh my gosh, such a big Carnage. And then the buffs. Oh, Nelly. Oh my goodness. That's a 3. Oh. And the fist bump for the dub. Oh my gosh. Okay, that was pretty sick. That felt pretty good. Okay, cool. So it's pretty good. I feel like this is pretty good. There's a lot of cards that you could probably change up, right? Like, honestly, Collector worked out for us there. He ended up getting to 11, which is kind of cracked, but that's only because of cloning bats. The actual location, because in learning and playing that it only gives your opening hand, which is 3 cards, not that great. You do have Moon Girl and you can combo that, but sometimes Moon Girl is a little bit too late with this kind of deck. Like, I would probably take out some other cards. Like, probably, honestly, Elektra didn't hold a lot of value like I wanted. I wanted to just try that card out, right? Probably would cut Elektra, probably would cut Collector. And I'm probably thinking just leaning heavier into the Destroy package, doing the Wave probably in Wolverine. I feel like those are two great substitutes here for throwing in for those cards. And they're actually cheap and can work at the timeline too. Get you those cards out quicker. That seems pretty good. Getting an extra Wolverine's not too bad either. He was on my list. Another one's like Arrow and going that direction with like the Death Wave style of deck. I feel like that would be pretty good. But there you go. That's the Sacred Timeline. Pretty cool. It's got a little bit of an animation. I'd like to see if there's an indicator of when you've completed the quest per se. But hey, what can you do? It's a new season. It's new fun. We got MODOK and the Sacred Timeline and the Quantum Mania happening. The Quantum Realm. I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. Thank you for watching as always, and I will catch you guys next time.